If you look in your gift bag, you will find a pair of sunglasses if you want to use them this evening. Please take your seats. I would ask that everybody stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the Star-Spangled Banner. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening. My name is Sean Ryman. I'm one of the assistant principals here, and I'm proud to say that this class that sits before me is the first class that I've got to experience all 3 grades and watch you grow as we culminate at this recognition moment. I'd like to welcome everybody to our 2021 Crossroads North recognition ceremony. I welcome parents, families, students, and some distinguished guests we have to join us today as we celebrate your accomplishments. To my right, we have our Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum, Instruction, and Administration, Dr. Jennifer Disler. Board Member Mike Mitchell. And while we're in the spirit of clapping, let's clap it up for this class of 2021. We've got a great program planned for you guys. We want to thank our staff and faculty for coming and helping us get everything set up and organized for this event. In a year where consistency and toilet paper were really hard to find, we found a way to come together and celebrate a great class of students. We're excited to have you guys. We're proud of your accomplishments, and welcome to this recognition ceremony.
Good evening. My name is Mark Riccardi, one of the other assistant principals at Crossroads North. I would like to thank everyone for coming today to celebrate an 8th grade class like no other. Congratulations to all of you. We look forward to seeing what you're going to do next. One 8th grader in particular stands out among the rest. Being a leader in middle school can be difficult. Being a leader in middle school while navigating a pandemic is even more impressive. This year's Student Council president took on that challenge this year, and she and the rest of the Student Council members should be proud. I would like to introduce this year's Student Council President, Ms. Nora Siegler.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Nora Siegler, and I had the honor of being president of Crossroads North this year. With that title comes the great responsibility to write and perform an extremely cliche speech. So here I go. I was trying to find one perfect word to sum up this somewhat, sort of, in a way, perfect year, but I blanked. I mean, there are the obvious choices: scary, unknown, confusing, but the only word I think can appropriately summarize this year is wow. Wow to the students, of whom I'm so proud of, to all of our resilience and going with the flow attitudes, to our dedication and our strength. I know this year was difficult, but we did it, and for that we deserve to be wowed by ourselves. To the guardians and the people at home who helped us get through this time. To the staff and the teachers who made this transition as seamless as they could, and who hid their own uncertainty for our benefit. I know you all thought you didn't know what you were doing, but no one did, and honestly, you all did an amazing job nonetheless. We could not have done it without you. We learned this year that people are what make life great. I am so excited to be able to enter this next huge chapter of our lives once again together. Who would have thought that over the span of our middle school years, we could have changed so much? By the way, this is the cliche part I warned you about. We walked in on our first day of 6th grade, unaware of what a unit was, grieving our loss of recess, and terrified of each other. We leave not only a class, but a family who sat through each other's hopefully most awkward years, who watched one another grow, who were each other's shoulders to cry on when we got 80s on algebra tests. A family whose special trait is going to regular once in all of our years, in comparison to the average 6 to 9 times. Yeah, we remember. A family who stayed connected and experienced a global pandemic together. But through it all, this class, this family, has been supportive, kind, and friendly. When I look back on my middle school years, when I'm old and go to bed at 8:30 and can finally understand Seinfeld, I will remember, most of all, you guys, my classmates, our family, my teachers, my mentors. Don't get me wrong, I'm excited for high school, but saying goodbye is the most bittersweet feeling. I'm totally ready to take impossible physics classes and learn what a GPA is, then learn to worry about what my GPA is, but I know I'll be okay. We all will. Like I said, people are the best thing about life, and the best people will be with us for the next 4 years. The bitterness to this sweetness is saying goodbye to the staff who make Crossroads, and who I can never put into words how grateful I am for. This ceremony is in recognition of us, but I wanted to devote some time to them, the staff who helped make us, us. So thank you to you all. To the choir director who runs 3 choirs simultaneously and helps hundreds of students find their voice, as well as the instrumental teachers for running more bands and orchestras than I can count on my hand and for helping us express ourselves. To our core teachers who put up with us daily and who have not only taught us history, science, that if something is due at 11:59, that means to start at 11:50, the poetic devices, algebra, you taught us a lot. It is hard to put the knowledge I've gained from all of you into a short, cheesy statement, so I'll say this, and I hope it does the job. You were friends as well as mentors to all of us during one of the most confusing times, and I will never forget the mark all of you left on every one of our lives. To all of the language teachers who taught us how to say our birthdays, 3 hobbies, and our favorite foods. I'm kidding. Thank you for teaching us how important it is to enrich ourselves in other cultures and to see the world around us. I can't forget to thank our media, tech, and robotics teachers who helped us learn to type, to be punctual, and that building a tower out of newspapers is way harder than it sounds. Thank you to the nurses and the paraprofessional staff who kept us safe, healthy, and in line throughout all of our years, and for giving us extra crackers when we were hungry. And to the administration and to those at the front desks for running our school with positivity and optimism in a time we needed it most. Oh, by the way, I was talking about 6th grade, arguably our scariest time. Yes, including the year we faced the global pandemic. Please bear with me, everyone. There's just a few more thank yous, I promise. To the counselors and all of the extra help teachers in the Bridge Center for being understanding, kind, and accepting each and every one of us with open arms, for making us feel like we matter. That is the single most important thing for middle schoolers, so thank you. And lastly, to the physical education teachers for playing clean versions of 2000s hits as we played pickleball or dysfunctional games of volleyball, minus the volleying part, plus the chasing a volleyball around the gym for 30 minutes part. Again, I'm kidding. Thank you for teaching us about our bodies, minds, and the very helpful trick we all learned to avoid really changing in front of each other. For all the staff I just mentioned, I ask you to give them a round of applause. I'm sorry. While you are applauding, continue to applaud yourselves as parents and family, perhaps the strongest supports we needed to have completed our journey. Without any of you, none of this would be possible. It has been such an honor to attend Crossroads North, and I'm going to miss it. But, and I think I can safely say I'm speaking for all of the class of 2021 when I say, I am so ready to graduate. So, let's do this thing. Congratulations, Crossroads class of 2021. We did it.
We have one more round of applause for Nora. I'd now like to welcome to the stage the 2019-2020 Teacher of the Year, Mr. Dave Castaldo.
Thank you. Good evening, Crossroads North. I get the honor of introducing this year's Educator of the Year. Unfortunately, I haven't had a chance to work with Angela Fasanella directly since I teach in a different department. So I took an opportunity to survey and interview over 100 of her past and current students. And it was overwhelming how, sorry about that. It is overwhelming how apparent and deserving she is of this award. A few adjectives that popped up and repeated multiple times within the interviews were that she's funny, creative, understanding, and a down-to-earth teacher. One student even said, and I quote, "She's like a magician because she somehow magically makes a subject that could possibly be boring entertaining." One theme that students expressed more than any other is that they felt that Ms. Fasanella truly cares about them, like really actually truly cares, personally and academically. In fact, over 2/3 of these surveys went on to talk about how caring and compassionate that she is. It is an understatement to say how that students are very, very lucky to have a Ms. Fasanella in their life. Thank you.
Good evening, Kappa, Sigma, and Zeta, the Crossroads North class of 2021. We made it. I would like to welcome all of you to your 8th grade recognition ceremony, whether you are in person or viewing at home. I'd also like to begin with a personal thank you to the people who I love most in the world, my mom and dad, my very best friends, Heather and Jen, who are all here tonight, my brother, Frank, who is watching virtually from Las Vegas, my family and friends watching from home, and the entire Crossroads North staff. As a forever theater kid, I have always loved a good audience, and COVID has prevented me from having one for quite a while. So I hope you're as excited as I am. Mr. Nalvin, where are you? You ready with my spotlight? In reflecting over the past few years, it's safe to say that you have had a unique middle school experience. Many of you only spent a year and a half in the actual school building. I will never forget, as I am sure is the case for many of you, getting the call last year on the evening of March 11th that school would be closed the next day. Teachers were being trained on this thing called virtual learning, which was an alien concept. In a matter of 48 hours, teachers and students all over the world changed the way we taught and learned forever. I don't think any of us thought it would be possible that we'd spend over a year in Zoom mode, but here we are. When people ask you years from now about your middle school experience, you will have quite a story to tell. I think I speak for all of the staff at North when I say how proud we all are of you for rising to the occasion this past year and a half, for learning in new ways, for explaining to your old teachers who don't understand technology how to share our Zoom screens, for reminding us when we're muted while giving directions. I actually did that today. You would think I would have learned by now, but no. For giving us virtual tours of your houses, for showing us your pets and little brothers and sisters, and a special shout out to those of you who turned your cameras on. Your teachers, we have a special place in our hearts for you. When I was asked to deliver this speech, I thought a lot about myself when I was your age. What have I learned through my life experience that I wish I knew 20 years ago? What did I need to know as I was entering high school? What is some advice that I could share with you so that others may not have to? Even though I believe most lessons in life are better learned through experience, I share this with you, and I share it with my 14-year-old self. Number 1, do good for others. Number 2, be kind to yourself. And number 3, be unapologetically you. Number 1, do good for others. Some of my Roe alumni may remember that I begin and end every school year the same way. I tell them why I became a teacher. As a literature teacher, I of course want you to gain a lifetime love of reading and win the patterns competition and learn how to compose a properly formatted MLA citation. You guys better remember that. But that's not why I became an educator. I became a teacher so that I could help kids become good people. And I think that the definition of good person is different for all of us. We all have different ways we can give to the world based on who we are. Now, I don't claim to be an expert on being a good person. I've made my fair share of mistakes in life. I have regrets, and I've said apologies. Remember, this is what I would say to my teenage self if I could go back in time, if I could make it easier for myself. But if this past year has taught us anything as human beings, I hope that one of those lessons is that we need each other. Throughout 2020 and the beginning of 2021, we saw nurses and doctors donating their time to help on the front lines of this pandemic. We saw people donating PPE and making donations to charities for those who were struggling. We saw neighbors helping neighbors and people helping strangers, no matter how big or how small. My hope for all of you is that you will live by the example of these sad and yet somewhat hopeful times of the past year and find the good in each other and seek ways to give to one another even when that is not easy. For instance, it's easy to spend time with people who are just like you. We could simply put blinders on and view the world only from our points of view. But the world becomes a better place if we learn about and embrace people who are different from ourselves. People who don't look like you, believe what you believe, love the way you love, learn how you learn, like what you like. Those are the people you can learn from, and in learning you grow, in growing you become better. There are ways you can do good for others that do not require a medical degree or much of anything, just a thought and some time. For example, a couple years back, I experienced a period of time where I was feeling lost and a bit stuck in my life, and I think that's something we can all relate to. I realized I had a choice about how I dealt with those feelings. I could stay stuck, or I could do something for someone else and see if it brought me out of my low moment. It was around Thanksgiving when I had a cheesy idea that I wasn't sure would go over well. I kept thinking the idea could flop, but I decided to try it anyway. I wrote cards with thoughtful messages to 7 people who I was grateful to have in my life. I decided to write one each day of the week before Thanksgiving and deliver a card to each of the 7 people. I wrote to a couple coworkers, my mom, my aunt, my next-door neighbor, and my best friends. Even though it didn't take long to write each note, I wanted to make sure each recipient knew that I meant the words I said from the bottom of my heart. I can't tell you how much this small gesture meant to people. This was an unexpected surprise for all of them, and the thank yous I got made me feel appreciated, as well as thankful that I was able to brighten someone else's day. Since then, some of the receivers of my notes told me that they decided to pay it forward and did the same thing for 7 people in their lives the following Thanksgiving. After realizing how good it felt to do something for others, I decided to start volunteering and donating to causes I believed in and doing advocacy work. These were my ways of trying to be a good person. So my point is this: give. Figure out what you have to give to the world and do it in whatever way you can. Giving and being kind and spreading goodness and love and learning about others can be just as rewarding for the giver as it can be for the one receiving. I know from experience. One of my favorite actors, the late Chadwick Boseman, recited the following quote in the final scene of Marvel's Black Panther. "We all know the truth. More connects us than separates us. But in times of crisis, the wise build bridges while the foolish build barriers. Take care of each other. Let people know that they are appreciated. Be a good person and give the world what you can." My second piece of 35-year-old wisdom, and perhaps the one I most needed to hear when I was 14, and to be honest, it's still the one I most need to hear now, is to be kind to yourself. You were never meant to be perfect. You are human. I'll be honest. I expect entirely too much of myself on a daily basis. Over the 14 years of my teaching career, and yes, I have been teaching as long as you all have been alive, I have seen that quality in so many of you. Even though I've had this conversation with my students many times over the years, I think we can all hear it one more time. You are allowed to make mistakes. I really do believe that most people are doing the best they can with what they have at each given moment. Every once in a while, you're not going to do as well on a test as you had hoped. I lost my place, sorry. Okay. You may say the wrong thing, and see, I'm not perfect, and hurt someone's feelings, or trust the wrong person and regret it afterward. You may do your absolute best, but you won't make the team or land the role you wanted in the school musical. Sometimes you may even make a decision knowing it's the wrong one and do it anyway. But here's the thing, and this won't be the most profound thing I say all night, but for me it's simple and straightforward. It's okay. It's okay not to be perfect. Humans were never designed that way. There's also a cliche but very true saying that failure is also proof that you tried at something. The important thing is to brush yourself off, don't wallow in self-pity, and give it another shot. I can also tell you that I've learned more from my failures than I did from my successes. Think about how you could do things differently if presented with a situation again. American author, poet, and civil rights activist Maya Angelou said, "Do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, do better." This statement has become my mantra from the moment I heard it. Even though my first piece of advice was to be good to others, I think it is as important that we actively try to be good to ourselves. Forgive your mistakes and be kind to yourself. My final piece of advice, as well as one of my hopes for you, is that you will learn to be you. I went to middle school in the late 90s. Kids wore baggy jeans, flannel shirts, girls shopped at the Limited Too, and we all smelled like we had rid Bath & Body Works of all of their Juniper Breeze and Cucumber Melon products. Some of the audience members remember this time. In addition to the lingering Bath & Body Works smells and the ever-changing fashion trends, everyone was listening to Green Day, Hootie and the Blowfish, and boy bands. Throughout my entire life, I was never interested in music that was considered trendy. I was listening to the West Side Story cast recording, or my dad's Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin albums while watching old black and white movies. My family has always joked that I was born in the wrong time period. When I was in school, I would pretend that I liked what everyone else liked to try to fit in with my friends. But to be honest, if one of the Backstreet Boys walked into recognition right now, I would think he was one of your dads. I had no idea what most boy bands members looked like. I had super curly, semi-frizzy hair, glasses, and braces, and at the time I didn't love how I looked. But now I look back at pictures of myself and I think I was kind of cute. It has taken me a long time to love the parts of myself that are considered different. In all honesty, I still don't follow much in terms of trends in music. I don't like what a lot of other people like, and my life does not look like a lot of my friends' lives. But it's okay with me. I own it. I am on my own journey, and you are on your own journey. When I leave recognition today, I will roll down my windows, open the sunroof, let my crazy curls fly, and proudly blast the Dreamgirls movie soundtrack. Because I'm a theater kid, and once a theater kid, always a theater kid. I know that I will never get rid of my super curly hair and glasses, although I've discovered the power of great hair care products, and I choose to wear contacts most days. I have realized that this is what I am, this is what I love, and I'm not sorry. I wish when I was your age I realized the importance of accepting myself and could have loved myself no matter the differences. From experience, trying to fit myself into a box of the way other people are was never going to work, and it won't work for you either. Instead, find what you love, even if it's not what everyone else loves, and own it. Some of you may have noticed the Oscar Wilde quote outside of Mr. Celio's classroom: "Be yourself, everyone else is already taken." Right now, I'm happy to report that I'm fully me, and I can't wait to see the fully you that you become. At your 8th grade recognition ceremony, it is my deepest hope that you will continue to be good people who give to the world and are not afraid to love one another and yourselves. This is such an exciting time in your life. You have so many opportunities ahead of you. Even though the road may not be perfect or exactly as you imagined it, I know from personal experiences that sometimes that road is better than you ever imagined it to be. I have always been proud to be a part of the Crossroads North family, and I hope you are too. Remember that no matter where you go, you will always have a home at North. Congratulations, Crossroads North, class of 2021. You are amazing.
Thank you, Ms. Fasanella. It's now time for your certificates. The good part for you. I'd like to call the Kappa unit teachers to the stage.
Welcome, Kappa students and families. I'm Mr. Morusky. On behalf of myself, Mrs. Saragnese, Mrs. Laskowitz, Mrs. Cable, Mrs. Magliato, and Mr. Rubino, we want to congratulate you. And Mrs. Saldino. Yes, sorry. We want to congratulate you on rising up to meet the challenge this year is presented. Please stand when your name is called and remain standing as we celebrate each student in the unit. Razik Abdul. Omar Adam. Julia Adu Sakodia. Mazen Ahmed. Preethi Aaron. Damon Andon. Caden Antoine. Srinidhi Arunachelam. Chisholm Asonye. Nivelle Beckford. Naskriti Bupalam. Nicholas Borzon. Tilak Chandramali. Arkin Chandaram. Andrew Chang. Janabi Chatterjee. Sampada Chodagam. Cora Cobbs. Nora Darwish. Xavier Del Monte. Driti Dinesh, Alina Dinker. Jonah Frank. Akhilesh Gadkari. Joel George. Aryan Gupta. Vishesh Gupta. Derek Harrison. Arohi Hamadi. Jordan Henderson. Hem Abinay Aina Bathina. Hem Abiram Aina Bathinam. Anshul Jha. Pranav Jilapali, Irino Joel, Krisha John, Sean Johnson, Kirthi Kadaresan, Vaishnavi Kanapakam, Pranav Kajura, Laiba Khan, Havish Kalavenu, Emanuela Karoma, Tanishka Kulkarni, Mia Laszlo, Defon Lee, Austin Locke, Rashitha Maduri, Nathan Meidlinger, Arush Modali, Shreyansh Muduthudla, Muse, Riddhi Nukrani, Arush Nara, Lizzie Newell, Savannah Olsen Eisenbray, Malik Oeda, Sahasra Paba, Anjali Patel, Arya Patel, Dev Patel, Kaya Patel, Mira Patel, Anudi Pereira, Brisley Pinata Breones, Ronald Jose Pinheiro Concalves, Sanvika Polasa, Aditya Prabhu, Natish Paila, Akshata Raman, Arad Raman, Niyati Rana, Jennifer Rivera, Logan Rogers, Manuel Roy, Mohammed Sadiq, Jacqueline Salazar, Tanisha Samith, Anvitha Sandor, Arman Sarkel, Vishnu Seshadri, Adam Shakir, Anoki Shukla, Faris Siddiqui, Kaveen Samu, Sairam Subash, Asiya Sayed, Anika Taiwade, Tharin Thamal Selvin, Luca Telesio, Dennis Toranolu, Alvin Varghese, Brianna Valez, Harapriya Velour, Shreya Veluri, Costantino Villano, and Percy Young. Congratulations, Kappa. You may be seated. At this time, I'd like to invite the Sigma unit up to the podium.
Welcome, Sigma students and families. I'm Ms. Fava. On behalf of myself, Mr. DeLeon, Ms. Camporelli, Ms. Metzger, Mr. Masterton, and Ms. Weiner, we want to congratulate you on rising up to meet each challenge this year has presented and succeeding. And it's just so good to see you all here together. Please stand when your name is called and remain standing as we celebrate each student in the unit. Julia Abdul Syed. Shrija Adunki. Jothika Akanini. Adham Amin. Pradyu Anantu. Farhana Ashik. Alina Bakery-Walla. Anish Boka. Bethany Bordeaux. Marian Bugana. Taffy Chen. Siddharth Chirumamia. Zaheen Chaudhary. Rachel Ciccone. Evan Kojakar. Ajane Curry. Gizmari Della Rosa. Mayank Dayoris. Shivam Deva. Kendall Dixon. Kaya Donaldson. Anya Doshi. Arya Doshi. Isabel Farhat. Nicholas Fung.
Hello? Oh, well, my first time in front of a mic. Okay. Shlok Ganguly. Violet Goldia. Paneeth Gola. Diksha Gupta. Alexander Gut. Daniel Hashmi. Yasmin Ibrahim. Prisha Inamdar. Sophia Ingaglio. Adia Jane. Jamila Jamali. Jeevan John. Owen John. Gustavo Juarez Soto. Siddharth Kanlikar. Yalini Kanan. Harini Karthikane. Himani Karthikane. Jason Kaiser. Hussein Khalil. Lamine Kanate. Elaine Labaze. Alexis Lee Springer. Aditi Menon. Ashutosh Mittal.
Ishana Modi. Aliasgar Molamithawala. Vedavias Painori. Ria Parikh. Arav Patel. Aditya Patel. Akshar Patel. Krish Patel. Moksha Patel. Sana Patel, Shantanu Pawale, Jalen Poku, Jeremy Pope, Rishi Kesan Purushottaman, Arav Piatti, Andrew Ruffla, Meenakshi Ralapalli, Sahana Ramesh, Sinai Ramos, Aditi Rane, Anoop Reddy, Jose Reyna Rodriguez, Lena Sabak Sayer, Tara Selman, Fatima Salman Al Faris,
Cody Salas, Samaya Shaikh, Utkarsh Sharma, Rohan Shaladi, Rudy Sherman, Serena Shervafla, Husnain Siddiqui, Maneet Singh, Nathra Srinivas, Rishab Tigavarapu, Rakha Teje, Angelina Tai, Harlan Thomas, Kevin Varghese, Anika Vedmala, Ganeshan Vanu, Yash Vora, Omer Wasim, Carter Williams, Cadence Zhu, Varghese Yamuna, Timur Yuzbashev, and Trevor Zimmerman. Congratulations, Sigma. Well done.
I'm going up. All right, I gotta talk. You got. Welcome, Zeta. Come on up.
Good evening, Zeta. It's good to see all of you. On behalf of myself, Mr. Stella, Mr. Botnick, Ms. Schwartz, Ms. Peterson, Ms. Boscano, and Mr. McManus, we are all so proud of you. To our amazing 8th grade Zeta students, congratulations, you made it. We are so proud of you and all that you accomplished this year. You are all amazing humans, and we are disappointed that we were robbed of the opportunity to bond, connect, and create memories during your final year at Crossroads. We will forever treasure all of the moments that we shared together, including the Unit Among Us game on the first day of school, casual conversations through masks in the hallway, as well as the everyday laughter that we have shared together throughout the year. We can't wait to see all that you accomplish in high school and beyond. We will be here cheering you on every step of the way. We hope that no matter where you go, you will always have a home in Zeta. We will always be here for you, and we will miss you tremendously. As I read your name, please stand and remain standing. Yashvi Amin. Mahither Anand. Valentino Anderson. Mia Andreosi. Joanna Avila. Nick Betty. Tanvi Batad. Dason Boateng. Purvi Bojedla. Joel Brown. Molly Bucklew. Sebastian Candelaria. Daniel Chan. Niharika Chandra. Arkadeep Das. Dominic DeCroce. Leo DeMarco. Chris Druve. Dave Dixit. Malik Elfeki. Christian Farrell. Daniel Fleischer. Tatiana Fuller. Christopher Fultz. Kirtana Garapati. Ava Javeris. Matthew Gomez Jimenez. Ahana Garantla. Rachana Garantla. Brian Griffith. Heather Handeland. Deeksha Harinath. Xavier Howard. Chi Ray Su. Mason Ianello. Ikra Imran. Sahil Iyer. Atharva Kadam. Soham Kalaskar. Saharsh Khanna. Smriti Kanugo. Aditya Karthikeyan. Julia Katona. Sachleen Carr. Zara Khan. Satvik Kumbam. Akul Lada. Javier Medina. Milan Mendu. Naman Miswani. Sean Morales. Sai Krishna Murari Shetty. Sahil Narsingani. Radha Nawargi. Kairav Parikh. Rahi Patel. Reva Patil. Daryl Perez. Franklin Pitto. Kunal Purohit. Sharanya Pathur. Mukunda Paila. Samiha Qureshi. Christy Ranjit. Shayana Roberts. Anaika Sa. Masuma Saifuddin. Diana Sanchez. Sandalan Sasikaran. Leah Sawyer. Ali Sasay. Avantika Seshadri. Dishi Shah. Hetarth Shah. Nirik Shah. Dia Shukla. Nora Siegler. Avni Singhvi. Lily Soriano. Harshita Sudhakar. Farhan Syed. V. Thatch. Arnav Thakre. Karthik Thalam. Abdel Rahman Toba. Mira Taprani. Anish Vankadara. Luis Velasquez. Hansini Velichetti. Vishal Vinjamuri. Kinza Wahab. Maya Weir. Tatiana Williams. Rob Yin. Jake Zaccarelli. Joanna Sue. And Jake Zimmerman. Congratulations, Zeta. You may be seated.
We already did the fun part tonight, so I won't talk long, I promise. We are overjoyed that we were able to come together with all of you this evening to have an in-person 8th grade recognition ceremony in a school. Yes, that's worth an applause. In a school year where we had to reimagine everything, we found a way to reimagine this event as well. And I am delighted to be here celebrating this milestone event in the lives of our 8th grade students. Getting to spend 3 years with your children is a unique and special experience for us at the middle school. The administration, teachers, and staff at the middle school are passionate about developing and educating our students. They come to us as young children, fresh from the elementary schools, and they leave us as the young adults you see sitting before you now. In March of 2020, the world changed for all of us. We began navigating new ways of life, including remote learning. Not physically being with all of our students each day was a huge adjustment for us. And although we were able to reimagine how to do school and keep it all going remotely, it is still hard not to feel like we've been robbed of some of the time we could have spent with your children in our building. However, the good news is we made it back to school, and we have much to celebrate this evening. 8th graders You did it. Yes. You completed your middle school years, and that's a big deal. You're heading off to high school, where you will face new challenges, have new opportunities open up to you, and will experience new adventures. Take in every moment, enjoy it, and use the opportunity to become your best self. And I promise I didn't talk to Ms. Fasanella before, but remember all her words about being your best self. Parents, I know you're sitting here marveling at how fast time truly does fly. Your babies are heading to high school. Thank you for sharing your children with us for these last 3 years. Providing a good education for our students is always accomplished by having a strong home-school partnership. For this last year, that partnership had to be stronger than ever. Thank you, parents, for your support and for helping us make school happen during this unique and challenging year. Thank you, parents. And finally, 8th graders, I want to tell you that you can head off to high school with confidence. Your Crossroads teachers have prepared you well. Feel proud of yourselves this evening for all that you have accomplished. Crossroads class of 2021, congratulations. At this time, I would like to invite all the class of 2021 to stand. Let's give them one more round of applause. Thank you. At this time, I believe we have a musical selection from our Crossroads North Choir, and then after that I will give you directions for how you're going to meet up with your families again.
Hope when you take that jump, you don't fear the fall. Up when the water rises, you've built a wall.
Hope when the crowd screams out, they scream in your name.
Hope if everybody runs, you choose to stay. Hope that you fall in love and it hurts so bad. The only way you can know is give it all you have. And I hope that you don't suffer, but take the pain. When the moment comes, you'll say, I did it all. Hope that you spend your days, but they all add up. When the sun goes down, hope you raise your cup.
I wish that I could witness all your joy and all your pain. But until my moment comes, I'll say I did it all. I did it all.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us this evening. It's been a wonderful experience to be here with all of you in person and see all of you together. To reunite with your parents and leave, and so we don't all bottleneck up trying to get out, I'm going to dismiss you one unit at a time, and then you can meet your parents. We're going to start with Kappa. Kappa, make sure you pick up your gift bag and your certificate. If you look to this side, there's an open gate. You're going to go through that open gate and then out the next gate, and you can walk up to meet your parents. Sigma, you're going to walk across the track, and you're going to exit the gate on the side and walk out to the exit to meet your parents. Follow Mr. Riccardi. He'll open the gate for you. Zeta unit, you're going to go out the main gate where you came in behind us and wait for your parents by the snack shack.